So how do I protect my family and assets with a living trust? So a recent poll of American Concerns had these 3 top questions. Number 1, if I come down with a heart attack, cancer, or stroke, do I have a plan in place to pay my mortgage payment? Number 2, once I retire, do I have a guaranteed income stream from my 401k, or do I need an annuity? Number 3, if I pass away prematurely, is there a plan in place so that my family doesn't fight over money? Now, we're primarily going to be focused on this 3rd one right now. Now, did you know that only 30% of American homeowners currently have a living trust in place? Of the 30% who do have one in place, a majority need to have their home re-entitled back into their trust if they completed a refinance within the last couple years. So let's begin with estate planning. So what is an estate? What is your estate? So this is all of your assets that you have accumulated during your lifetime. So this includes your real estate, this includes your stocks and bonds, this includes any precious heirlooms, any jewelry, any motorcycles, any expensive cars. This could be your life insurance plans and your retirement plans. Now there's 3 ways to manage your estate. Number 1, you could do nothing. Number 2, you could have a will. And number 3, you can get a living trust. Now with do nothing, this is when you're gonna go to probate court. So all of your hard-earned assets are gonna go through the court process where it's gonna be draining, time-consuming, and not private. We'll speak more on that later. Now with a will, this is legal and it does name a beneficiary and an executor, but it's still gonna go through probate court. And it can be easily contested in the court process. So this brings us to a living trust. So what is a living trust? So simply put, imagine it like a safe for all of your assets. So you're gonna be putting in all of your real estate, you're gonna be putting in all your investments, all your hard-earned money into this safe, which offers protection. Now you can control your assets while you're alive, but upon your passing, all of your things are gonna be distributed to the people, the places, the organizations of your choosing. And like I said, with the living trust, you're avoiding probate. So this is one of the main benefits of having one in place, and we'll tap more into that later. Now you might be asking yourself, do I need a living trust? So if you own any real estate, if you have any valuable assets, if you're in a blended family or a second marriage, if you have any minor children or children with special dependence needs, if you want your affairs to be private, or if you're a business owner, then yes, you need a living trust in place. Now I get clients who ask me, well, I have a will, isn't that good enough? So with a will, you're still gonna go through probate court. With the living trust, it does not go through probate court. Also with a will, it takes effect after you pass away. A living trust is effective immediately. Because you have a living trust in place, now you have a plan for if you become incapacitated, what's gonna happen to your estate. Now, while a will is a little bit more simple, a living trust is gonna offer you more benefits. So what are the benefits of a living trust? Number 1, avoiding probate. Number 2, privacy. Number 3, flexibility. Number 4, minimizing potential taxes and fees. So let's jump into number 1. Number 1, avoiding probate. So what is probate court? This is a court process that oversees the distribution of your assets. So upon your passing, the court is going to decide who gets what and when. And so the main purpose of probate court is to ensure that debts and taxes are paid and to ensure that any disputes are settled. Now, what are the problems with probate court? The first one is that it's expensive. So you could be draining anywhere from 8 to 10% of your estate value going through probate court. So all of your hard-earned assets, all of your hard-earned money, 8 to 10% of it is going to be drained in the court process. Number 2, it takes time. So it can take anywhere from 9 months to 2 years. And during that time, your assets are usually frozen. Number 3, your family has no privacy. So probate court files, they're open to the public. And number 4, your family has no control. So the court will tell your family who gets what and when. So the second benefit of a living trust is privacy. So the details of your trust, it remains confidential. It is not made public, unlike a will. So the will go through probate court, and it's open to the public files. Any debtors can make a claim, any heirs can make a claim, but a living trust remains confidential. So if you do not want your personal information or your information on your assets and how much you own, things like that, open to the public, I would definitely recommend getting a living trust. Now, the third benefit of a living trust is flexibility. So a living trust can be revoked or modified during the lifetime of the individual. So an example of this is like refinancing a home, changing beneficiaries, adding or removing assets, or adjusting distribution methods. So with that flexibility, you have control over your distributions. So during your lifetime, you're gonna have changing needs, you're gonna have changing goals, things are gonna shift, and with the living trust, you're able to meet those changing needs and goals. Now, the last benefit of a living trust is minimizing potential taxes and fees. So during the lifetime of the trust, the income earned is usually taxed at a trust level rather than an individual level. Now, you can also avoid estate taxes, income taxes, and gift taxes. Ultimately, your savings can add up to hundreds and thousands of dollars. Now, hopefully this information was helpful for you. We also have other services as well. So we do living trusts, we do trust administration, we do business formation, special needs services, elder care law, and incapacity planning. Now, if you're interested in getting a living trust for yourself or your family, it's typically gonna be around $16.95 for a single person and $17.95 for a couple. Now, if you have businesses, if you have other organizations, or you have a more rich investment portfolio, the cost is gonna vary. So if you're interested in securing a living trust for yourself and your family, my information is gonna be linked above. It should be right here. And go ahead and thank the person that sent you this video. And if you have any questions regarding living trusts, go ahead and reach out. We're here for all your living trust needs.